So here at Llais, we can help people with any kind of complaints that they have in relation to any aspects of health or social care. We recently supported a lady who had suffered a miscarriage. It was a very emotive and sensitive case. The lady felt that she didn't have any information, that she wasn't treated with any kind of compassion. Nobody that she came into contact with while she was at the hospital or while she was at the GP practice offered any kind of sympathy or information for her. She really felt like she was dealing with the whole, distressing process on her own. This lady decided to come to Llais to make a complaint about the experience that she had, and she didn't want other people to go through that experience, and she felt that improvements needed to be made to maternity services. She really wanted to make sure that they understood what had happened to her, and she felt that the best way of doing that would be to make a complaint. So we supported her to write the complaint to the health board. When she received the complaints response from the health board, they detailed the measures that they planned to put in place. They offered her a heartfelt apology. They were very concerned that she'd had that experience, and they were very keen to put that right for her. So the health board have put various measures in place to address the issues that our client raised. One of these measures is that they have now appointed a bereavement champion on the gynaecology wards who can oversee the treatment and care that people get when they come into hospital in the same situation. Another measure that they put into place is the issuing of a certificate of life to recognise that a life has been lost. And this has been a really important point and a really important thing to do. The health board have also put in place a watch list system so that they can contact people who have been discharged and offer them any support that might be needed and allow them to voice any concerns that they may have.
I'd made a call through the relay service and asked the doctors to book an appointment for myself. I was pregnant and I'd also got a daughter, and I asked them for an appointment, and they says, no, you can't have a face-to-face appointment. You can't do that. The GP was going to phone you. I says, no, they can't phone me. I'm profoundly deaf. They says, it's okay that you're deaf, but we are going to phone you. And I says, no, you can't do that. I couldn't speak to them, you see. I felt like it was a bit of discrimination being deaf. They couldn't understand my language being sign language, British Sign Language, and I couldn't understand their English. So they weren't very nice to me. I had to contact my MS, and they explained to me about a voluntary service called Llais. And they says to me that they would help me as volunteers about the issues I'd had with the GP and social services. So I contacted them through an email, then they booked an interpreter. So we could have sort of like a chat together over FaceTime to start with, and they explained all the different things that was going on. Then I met somebody called Jamie at Llais. He sent me an email and says, hello, my name's Jamie, and he introduced himself, and we exchanged emails. And then he says if I was to go to the office, he'd book an interpreter and he could speak about social services and the GP surgery as well in the office, and we discussed all the matters that was going on, and he helped me translate all the English. So he translated the English to me, and it was explained through sign language what was going on, what the GP had says, and so on. So he translated everything. And I put in a complaint to the GP surgery and to social services as well.
What should have been a simple procedure to take a tooth out, which didn't go to plan, unfortunately, and they ended up with the root not being, or one of the roots not being taken out properly. They then needed to have a 4-hour emergency procedure to sort of put that right. So the whole experience was exceptionally, traumatizing, huge level of pain and a lot of anxiety. So they came to Llais and they had already submitted a complaint directly to the dental practice. So the Ombudsman submission, we submitted that, and that is a case now that is being investigated. Hopefully it will give them some sort of closure in terms of the complaint, and that their voice was heard, and actually that may lead to some changes within the dental practice.